Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, back to another incredible, exciting, entertaining episode of the Real Film Nerds Podcast. I'm your host, as always. We're just going to go with Matt today. And with me, after being released from the clutches of Oddjob, after stealing Goldfinger's Golden Girl, mysterious Mike Talent.
Hey, everybody. Glad to be back.
So, Mike, how are things? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a century.
Things are good. Things are very good. Had a good trip.
Did you listen to your Replacements podcasts?
No, I have not had a chance. How did my replacements do? Are they like talent juniors? Or are they like talent seniors? What kind of talent are we talking about?
They're professional talents. So I had to give them money and pizza and beer.
Man, professional talents. Okay. No.
Yeah, you're going to have to go back and listen because we all just talked shit about you for a half hour on both. Well, no, on Santos's, we talked for an hour and a half, and that was a lot of shit talking.
Wow.
And then with the Blue Milk guys, we talked for just a half hour, but it was, three of us talking shit instead of, two of us. So, maybe it counts as almost an hour and a half like Santos.
Oh, man. All right. So I got a lot of shit to listen to.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the movies.
Oh, well, we should do that a little bit, at least today.
We should do that today? But Mike, I'm more curious on what you're drinking today, Mike.
All right. I'll let you know. I am drinking a brand new beer that just came out here. And, oops, sorry.
Oh, and hitting his mic already. Jeez.
Yeah. Sorry. And it is Stone Enjoy By, and it has a specific date on it, and that date is 4/20, 2019.
All right then. So it's a hemp weed beer drink thing.
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Does it taste like hemp?
No, it doesn't taste like hemp.
Is it getting you high?
No, it's not. It's not getting me high. It's just a double IPA.
Jesus. You and your IPAs.
Yeah.
Man, we've talked about this, me and my good buddy, Mr. Stock Martian, down in the valley. I really need to get you two just hooked up and you can go on a worldwide IPA tour. Because that's pretty much all that beer snob drinks too.
Oh yeah, I mean I even had some IPA in Iceland. Woo.
Oh, so you're letting loose where you were. All right then.
Yeah.
What was Goldfinger and Oddjob doing in Iceland, Mike?
I think they were just enjoying the glaciers.
They were enjoying the glaciers? They weren't trying to steal any gold?
No. If you've been to Iceland, you know there's no gold.
Oh. Well, no, that's not true. They're taking all the tourist gold.
Yeah, I don't know if the tourists had that much gold.
Greenbacks?
Yeah, greenbacks, yeah.
All right. Well, Mike, I am drinking a delightful concoction that Mr. Malhai Show left at my house that I just noticed, and I didn't realize he left it here when he was picking up his podcasting stuff this week.
Oh, what is it?
But it is a coffee liqueur mixed with some vodka, poured over some ice, and I'm added a little bit of milk. So it's kind of a different take on a White Russian.
Oh, I was going to say, man, White Russians, Big Lebowski. Or the dude's drink.
Yeah, except for a true White Russian, and I used to drink them not all the time, but on the occasion, because honestly, you have more than like two or three, they're just so like, it just gets too heavy, because it's actually cream, vodka, and Kahlua. So this is milk instead of cream, and this is coffee liqueur instead of Kahlua.
Oh, okay. All right.
But still, it's a modified Caucasian. Caucasian. There we go. Speak.
Concoction?
Caucasian. That's what the dude called it in the Big Lebowski movie we definitely need to review eventually. He called it Caucasian when he orders one at the bar. He's like, give me another Caucasian, Harry, or whatever the bartender's name was.
Oh, all right. Matt, not to sidetrack us too much, but there was a bar in Iceland that was the Big Lebowski bar.
Please tell me you took pictures. Why didn't you send me pictures? Jesus.
I did take pictures, a couple pictures. So I will send you a couple pictures. But anyway, I just thought I would let you know. The dude abides.
Damn it, Mike. Damn it. You didn't even send me any pictures. Ugh. Anyways. All right. Well, speaking of us, what movie are we talking about today, Mike?
We are talking about Jordan Peele's latest movie titled Us. So that was a great lead-in, Matt.
I know. I'm freaking getting awesome at that shit.
All right, and it was directed by Jordan Peele, written by Jordan Peele. It's starring Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, Elizabeth Moss, Tim Heidecker, Shahidi Wright Joseph, and Evan Alex. And the plot of this movie is a family's serenity turns to chaos when a group of doppelgangers begin to terrorize them. That's kind of a very, very quick overview of what is happening in this movie, but I'll take it.
Well, dude, it's hard not to talk about this movie, including the storyline, without just ruining the whole frickin' thing.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of good horror movies are, though.
Yeah, so, anyway.
All right, well, let's do our best to try not to spoil this until we hit our bread and butter of the Marvel Cinematic Universe tie-in, which will be later on in the show. So, Mike, this is the first movie you've seen in a while. How was Us?
I liked it. I think Jordan Peele's got something going on. I like his original kind of look at things. It's nice to see something different out there, and I like this movie.
Better or worse than Get Out?
I don't know. I really like Get Out. And this is also good. They're just different kind of movies, and that's not a bad thing. They're just different.
No, they're not. They're both horror movies.
I don't know. Kind of. I don't know. Without giving away too much, I don't. I guess if I had to choose, Get Out.
Wow. Well, I'll go the other way. I think Us was better than Get Out. I thought this movie was way better than Get Out, but that's my personal opinion. I liked the story on it more. It was more on the lines of like a show that he's going to be a big part of here soon, The Twilight Zone. Us reminded me a lot more of like the Twilight Zone kind of story. It was a little bit more twisted. It was a little bit more traditional horror. Definitely more gore. Definitely more straightforward, in your face. And I like that. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was more traditional horror in your face. Yeah, true.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Get Out. I thought it was good, but I think when you try to get too political with especially a horror movie, it just kind of, I don't know. It just starts pulling me out of it. And also, it's how you read the movie as well. Like, you can read a lot of things in this one if you want to, but this one, Us, is more about duality than anything else. But you can really, really read into it hard, especially the rich versus the poor, the right versus the left. It's all kind of how you personally read it, which is a good thing because that's how movies should be.
Yeah. There's an interesting thing. I think I'll save this, and this is just my own thought. I think I'll save this for when we get more into a spoiler area, but there was something in this movie that I found a little bit fascinating, and so I'll talk about it a little bit later, but Anyway, yeah, for the most part, I like this movie. I really think Jordan Peele's on to something. He seems to be a very talented director and writer, and I'm encouraged to see some new stuff coming out that's, just original.
Did you ever watch his Comedy Central show, Key and Peele?
I've seen some episodes, and I'm ashamed to say that I haven't seen everything, but those guys were hilarious.
See, I watched a handful of episodes, and I was not a huge fan of that show, personally.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I need to give it another try, but I don't know. His horror movies, I love them. Get Out is great. Us is great.
Did you see the movie Keanu about the cat?
No, I did not. Dude. Did you actually see that in the theaters?
Oh, yeah, dude. Of course I did. I loved it.
Really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Wow. But it was fun. I don't know. I liked it.
Well, all right then. I mean, with the name like Keanu, it immediately turned me off if it wasn't Bill and Ted Volume 3.
Yeah, and it's literally, they named a cat after Keanu Reeves, and it's hilarious. I loved it. All the antics. It's ridiculous, but it was, I don't know. It was fun.
Speaking about Keanu Reeves, Mike, not to jump ahead, but what are we talking about on Thursday?
Oh, so I'm super excited about this. We're talking about The Matrix. The Matrix is hitting their 20-year anniversary, technically on March 31st. But it'll be a little bit later than that when it comes out. But still, I just, it's a little weird for me. I'm feeling a little bit old. But, man, The Matrix was such an groundbreaking, awesome movie. I can't wait to talk about it.
It's because you are old, Mike. And for those of you who are counting, that will be April 4th, this coming Thursday.
Yeah, what Matt said.
If I'm not mistaken, Mike, I think you and I went and saw this together. And did we see it at R&M Cinema?
I was gonna save this for the actual podcast, but we definitely saw this movie together.
Yeah, I thought we did, and I thought it was at R&M because they were still in the process of building the mall, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we did see it at R&M.
Yeah, anyways, doesn't matter. All those years of drinking and drugs and high schooling and things, they just take away what little memories I have left. So.
All right. Well,
you didn't even laugh. Jesus, man. What did Iceland do to you, Mike? What did it chill you to the bone to where your funny bone fell off?
No. Iceland was fantastic, man. It was everything I think we thought it was going to be, and probably more. It was a lot of fun. But I'm sorry, man. I missed the joke. I'm sorry, Matt.
Well, I was just saying about losing my memory after all the drugs and booze and, drinking and things we did. But anyways, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Mike. It failed miserably. So would you recommend people to go see this before we get into our spoilers?
Yes. My only caveat would be as long as you kind of like horror movies. That's it.
So even if people are on the fence with horror movies, you would suggest not to go see it. Is it too scary?
I wouldn't say it's too scary, but I feel like it's horror enough that I feel like if you like the horror genre, then you would likely like this movie, if that makes sense.
But I don't like the horror genre. I don't hate the horror genre, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah, so would you categorize this differently? I mean, to me, this movie's kind of borderline on quite a few things. So
dude, it's a horror movie all the way.
Okay, you think it's all horror. All right, All right.
Yeah, it's horror for sure, without a doubt. It's also a thriller for sure, but it is definitely a horror movie because just based on the topics and the way the killing happens and who does the killing and why and things like that. That all, especially how graphic it is. It's definitely a horror movie. It's almost on the brink of a slasher film, but not quite. Clearly has inspiration from many historical slasher films.
Oh, no, absolutely. No, there's a lot of like kind of callbacks to different movies and stuff, and it's done well though. It's cool. You did a good job.
I personally think if you like sci-fi, if you like mind-bending films, if you like maybe even kind of dramas, that you definitely should not pass this one up, even if you are not a big fan of horror films. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of horror. I don't hate them. I enjoy several of them, but it's not my favorite genre like it is Mike's.
Yeah, no, I it's kind of exciting right now. There's quite a few horror type movies coming out. Pet Sematary comes out really soon.
I am really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to
another one
that.
we're about to review, so it's going to be, interesting to see how that goes, but yeah.
See, again, I'm looking forward to that movie, and I'm not a horror person, but there's so much history and other books and films and things, that Stephen King did on Pet Sematary. I mean, this is like, what, the fourth film of Pet Sematary? Something like that?
Yeah, I think it's something like that, yeah.
I'm really excited, especially since they are staying truer to form, at least for the first half of the movie of the book, I believe. So, anyways, all right, well, we could talk about this forever, but we need to talk about us. And I have to say, my opinion, I think you definitely should go see this. If you really just can't stand horror movies or the sight of blood, or it's going to keep you up at night, like just even general horror movies, don't waste your time and see this, because this will definitely freaking give you nightmares. It definitely will. It will keep you up for sure. But as a moviegoer, I think everybody should go see this, just like I think everybody should go and watch Get Out.
Yes. Me too.
All right, Mike. Well, speaking about Get Out and Us, which, Mr. Jordan Peele has used several actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe in both these films. Let's do it proper. Mike, how does Us relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, Matt, good question, and this one's fairly easy. So Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke were both in Black Panther. Lupita Nyong'o was Nakia, and Winston Duke was M'Baku. M'Baku. And he was also in Avengers. So, Avengers Infinity War. So, this one was pretty easy, and I don't mind the easy ones, so there it is.
Well, in Get Out, Daniel Kaluuya, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, was also in Black Panther, and he is the main character in Get Out.
Yeah, you're right.
So, pretty cool. Lots of Marvel Cinematic Universe tie-ins on these guys. So, all right, well, everyone, this is your warning. And it's a big warning because it is a horror movie. And when you start talking spoilers about horror movies, you really spoil the hell out of, especially the ending. So if you've not seen Us yet and you plan on seeing it, go ahead and click this bad boy off right now and come back to it after you see that movie. If not, proceed at your own risk. All right, Mike, let's get into some discussion, some spoilers about Us.
Okay. So Matt, one of the things I was alluding to that I didn't want to talk about until we got to this moment was, one of the characters in the movie is wearing a Jaws shirt.
Oh yeah, there's lots of callbacks to Jaws, even including the shots during that scene at the beach.
And the interesting thing to me is Jaws is, directed by Steven Spielberg, and I think now I'm questioning myself, but I'm pretty sure that was his second movie where he was the director. And this is Jordan Peele's second director movie. And I felt like he was trying to like make a call out to that a little bit.
Dude, that's a total straight up call out to duality. Because think about it, and we could talk about this forever because there's lots of references in the film. 11:11 is referenced all the time in the film, and 11:11 is duality, because 11 is, one times, not times two, but it's two ones next to each other, and it's 11:11, so it's two ones next to each other. And so there's lots of call outs in this movie throughout of duality. And if this is Jordan Peele's second movie, Steven Spielberg's second movie, again, you see the 11:11, the duality.
Yeah, no, I
didn't even catch that. Nice job, Mike.
No, to me, that's kind of what it was. I think it was very subtle. I mean, it was subtle, but this is cool. Like, I love that part about it, but I like this movie. It's really cool to just see different kind of things going on with, like, this story, like, so the trailer, I do enjoy how his trailers are cut together. Because I really thought this movie was about, ABC, and it was actually XYZ. And I like that.
Yeah, and he did that with Get Out, too.
Yeah, he did. But I like that. Like, I like that I really didn't know what was happening. And that was cool. And
well, that's what makes for a good horror or sci-fi movie, if you ask me.
Yeah, and it was a lot bigger scale than I thought. I originally thought, since we're in the spoiler zone, I originally thought it was just a very, just a few of the characters are experiencing things, but it actually became, it was like the whole entire world was experiencing stuff.
Right, like the doppelgangers, they show you the doppelgangers in the trailer, so they exist. That's kind of something to do with doppelgangers. And then as the movie goes on, you find out that it's not just even Santa Cruz, it's the entire frickin' world that this happens to. Yeah, and it was very interesting that it was Hands Across America was kind of a... well, and that's a statement right there, and it's in and of itself, depending on how you read into the film. Yeah, no, I definitely felt there was something to that, but it was to me that was extremely interesting choice of doing stuff. Well, because one way to read into the doppelgangers and the above grounders is that the people that are above ground are the haves, and the people that are underground are the have-nots. And Hands Across America was to raise money for the poor and homeless, and it failed miserably. Yeah. So if you read into it that way, there you go. Now, that's one way. Matt, this is how I read this, and I'm not sure if this is right. All the doppelgangers wear a glove. Yes. And I thought that was to represent Michael Jackson, because... Yep. And if you notice, only one glove. Yeah, it's only one glove. Mm-hmm. And it was to represent, because the main character in this was wearing a Thriller t-shirt, and I felt like that was kind of the whole thing, but I don't know. Like, what do you think? Like, I really don't know.
Like I realize that every character had that. I just don't know exactly why.
Well, not every character, every doppelganger.
Oh, yes,
every clone or whatever.
Yes, every doppelganger. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. And it was specifically on their right hand, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I've only seen the movie once, which is a good question. Are you going to go see this again, or are you just watching it once, Mike?
I think I'm going to see it again when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray or streaming.
Well, yeah, I'm talking to the theaters.
Well, I don't think I'm going to see it again in theaters because I think there's just too much stuff coming out. Like, we're essentially about to go into the summer season, and it's about to explode.
Yeah, we're going to get busy again. We're going to be seeing a lot of stuff again.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to have time. Honestly, that's it. Just not gonna have time.
I kind of want to see it again, but I don't know if I'm going to have the time to, like yourself, because I got a bunch of other movies I want to see. Like, I want to see that Apollo 11, and we actually have it here in Prescott at Harkins 14. I'd really like to go see that, but I don't know.
You should go watch it, man, if you can.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get over there and see it in time, though. I don't know. I'll try. I'm hoping it'll be here for this next week, and maybe I can go see it on, like, Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or something. Well, no, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'll try and squeeze it in because I'd really like to see that movie. I heard it was really good. But anyways, okay, so about the gloves, here's another one that relates to the gloves. And it's a callback to another one of our, maybe not beloved, but a very well-known horror film, slasher film, Friday the 13th. Not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. God, I always get those two mixed up.
Yeah.
The glove is Freddy Krueger, and the scissors are Freddy Krueger's kind of claws.
Oh, man. Yeah. No.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. I meant Nightmare on Elm Street, not Friday the 13th, but I always get those two mixed up. Always.
No, now that you say that, I think it's partly that. Yeah. Wow.
Now, if you want to start breaking down the movie and really starting to tear it apart, which, it's a good movie, we don't have to, but where the hell did they get the gloves from? Where the hell did they get the jumpsuits from? Where the hell did they get the scissors from? Because they were abandoned underground. So they just had millions of scissors and millions of single gloves and millions of red jumpsuits lying around. Like, that, it doesn't make sense. But anyways,
no, you have to suspend.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah,
right.
You have to suspend some disbelief. But
right.
Yeah, that's wow. Yeah, I don't think I picked up on that, but now that you say that,
you want another reference that's going to blow your freaking mind.
Yeah, do it. Go for it.
All right. So here's another horror movie, probably my favorite. Well, it's more of a thriller, but it is a horror movie. Probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite of all, is The Shining.
Oh.
All right, Mike. So do you remember the scene where we first meet Elizabeth Moss and Tim Heidecker's family at the beach at Santa Cruz?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
All right. So there's a part where Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke's son, the one that's wearing the Wolfman mask, is playing in the sand, and the twins walk up to him and ask him to, I don't remember what exactly they were talking about, but somehow, some way they got on the conversation of he asked them if he could play with them, and they say no. And how that ties into The Shining is the twins are standing there posed almost identical to the twins out of The Shining. And in The Shining, they ask the character, I'm forgetting his name, that kid that's rolling around on the big wheel. They ask him if he wants to play. Well, the girls in this ask him specifically not to play, to leave him, and they walk off.
Yeah.
So the second part, how it relates to The Shining, was when they're finally the doppelgangers are killing, their respective surface people, I guess is a good way to put it. The twin girls are at least initially murdered or killed at the top of the stairs, and when they're killed, Oh, actually, no, it's not the doppelgangers. It's the original twins. It's not the doppelgangers. The doppelgangers kill the twins. Anyways, and when they kill the original twins, how they're lying on the ground dead is the exact same pose and everything as the twins were lying down on the ground as in The Shining.
Oh, okay. I don't think I picked up on that.
Does you hitting your mic mean, Mike, your mind was just blown?
Yes. That is Mike's mind was blown.
Mike's mind melder.
Yeah.
There's lots of little cool things like that throughout this movie that I picked up on after the fact, or read about, or heard about, or put two and two together afterwards. So there's lots and lots of call-outs to other horror movies that influenced Jordan Peele. You know, like there's probably, I don't know, at least 5 or 6 references to the Goonies.
Nice. Yeah, no, I love the Goonies.
And in that opening scene when they're zooming into the TV, all, you know, on the video VHS tapes that they have on the side of the TV.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what those are. But if you look at the movies, and it's hard to see, especially in the theater, but one of the movies that's on there is The Goonies, and another one is Chud, which is about people underground.
Nice.
So there's lots of cool little things that Jordan Peele had in here, paying homage to other horror films.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Anyways, well, Mike, we could sit here and probably talk about us continuously for over an hour if we really wanted to. But the goal of this podcast is to tell people if the movie is worth watching or not. And I think it is definitely worth watching. You agree as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So let's do it, Michael. Let's go ahead and get into our ratings. I will let you go first since you have been missing in action for the past couple pods. Mike, how many reels do you give Jordan Peele's Us?
So I'm going to give Jordan Peele's Us 4 reels out of 5. I really enjoyed this movie, and I think everyone should see it. I think it's good.
So basically what you're saying is you and I need to stop talking. We need to stop doing this podcast because once again, we have become one.
What? You're giving it 4 reels? No way.
Yes, sir. Dude, it was good. It was real good. I liked, you know, and this is going to sound messed up, but one of the biggest things I took away from this movie is I am really, really looking forward to the Twilight Zone now.
Nice. Yeah, well, I mean, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, you're liking Jordan Peele's style, and that's a good thing.
I liked Get Out, and I really liked this movie. And this movie, in my opinion, was a lot more Twilight Zone-esque. The storytelling, how it wrapped up, how it started, all the elements of it. One thing, though, I forgot to add earlier. One thing that did upset me, though, but upset is hard. I guessed the ending right off the bat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, I'm sure some people did, some people didn't, but I guessed it right off the bat. When, you know, she found her doppelganger in the House of Mirrors, I was like, oh, the main character is the freaking doppelganger the whole time.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, that was predictable. I got that. But it didn't upset me that bad. But I called it. I was like, whatever. But it just, it pisses me off because I want to watch the Twilight Zone now. And the only way to watch the new Twilight Zone is with CBS All Access, and it's just another damn streaming service we have to pay for.
Yeah, it's kind of getting out of hand. Oh, I meant to talk to you, Matt, about the new services that are coming online for movies, but I'll save that for the next pod.
Oh, okay. Are you talking like Movie Pass, Cinemia, Atom Tickets, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, I still have Cinemia. I paid for a whole year. I have not had any of the issues that people have reported so far. I also opted to throw down, I think it was $10. I think it was $10. I don't remember, to get a physical card. One thing that is restricted, they've really tightened the rope on using the online and using Fandango or other ticketing services to buy your tickets online ahead of time. even with a card. They really want you buying them in person so you don't have to pay those fees. But as long as it's not, I'm sure in game I'm probably going to have to buy a ticket out of pocket instead of using my Cinemia. But as long as, it's not going to be a sold out movie, I haven't had an issue. So I just show up, buy the ticket, walk in, just like what it used to be with MoviePass. So
Nice. Yeah.
I kind of want to upgrade to the unlimited plan that they just released, but I don't know if I can since I'm tied in for a year on their other plan. So, because the unlimited plan would save me money because I see a lot more than 3 movies a month.
Yeah. I mean, you're a rare one, though,
I am. That's why I really wish I had an AMC here. I'd use that AMC A-list. I'd use the heck out of that. I'd go see movies 2 or 3 times over if I could, just to make sure I get my money's worth out of it. But anyways, all right, Mike. So we teased it a little bit earlier, but let's go ahead. What incredible movie that we both love with a passion that we're talking about on Thursday? What are we doing?
We're talking about The Matrix. 1999. It's its 20-year anniversary. Starring Keanu Reeves and directed by the Wachowski brothers at the time.
Yeah, I was going to say, they don't say the Wachowski brothers anymore. They just say the Wachowskis.
Okay, but at the time, they were brothers.
Yes.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this movie. This movie inspired me to do my current career, so that's pretty crazy. So...
it did not inspire me to do my current career.
Okay, well, we can talk about that. We can talk about that as well, Matt. We can talk about that as well. But, yeah, I really, really enjoyed that movie, and can't wait to talk about it. I have it on Blu-ray, and, it's not a hard stretch to ask me to watch that movie again.
Well, you do know it's also streaming on Amazon right now.
Of course it is, because it's about to be on the anniversary. But okay. All right.
Well, in case the people want to watch it with us,
Yeah, definitely.
Because I personally don't own The Matrix on Blu-ray.
What?
Well, there was this technology that came out before Blu-ray. What is it called?
VHS?
No. After VHS.
DVD?
I own it on DVD.
Oh, I've heard of DVD.
You've heard of those things?
Yeah.
They're like the Blu-rays, but they're not blue.
Yes, that's true.
Well, all right, Mike. Anything else you want to add about us or US or Jordan Peele or The Matrix or what you're drinking or your Marvel Cinematic Universe tie-in or Iceland?
No. I think I just want to thank everybody for listening, and I'm excited to be back. And yeah,
good, because I missed you, Michael. I was very sad. I missed you.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good that you missed me. We will keep talking at you for a long time. So, thanks everybody.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.